You actually developed an incredible flywheel. You call it the Trust Flywheel framework, and it involves sparking connection, earning trust, fueling evangelism, and just it's incredible information. Starting with connection, what does relevance actually look like in practice?
Eh, Relevance is really truly understanding. I know this may sound simple, but it's truly understanding your ICP and the challenges that they're dealing with. So, for example, we deal with mid-sized organizations. We are a mid-sized organization. So, fortunately, I have my IT leadership, which and that I'm very close with, and I can be like, "What is causing you headaches? What are
Right,
you dealing with?" Right? And so when we talk about our messaging, it is with this entire, perspective of what that company is dealing with at that moment in time, because they're all struggling with that. Like in mid-sized organizations, they're getting bombarded with all types of generic messaging.
right,
What we have changed is the fact that these companies, they're large, right? They're operating at a large scale. However, they don't have enterprise budgets.
right,
So in their scenario, when they have limited time, they have a lot of risk that they have to consider. How can we help them prioritize? How can we help, reduce that risk for them? How can we help them look like um, superstars to the rest of their organization because they have internal fears that they have to deal with, right? Of like, how can I handle this and get the buy-in? And when they feel like they're on a little island,
right.
right? And it's
I
getting into that psyche. That's what that piece is.
And it is speaking the buyer's language is what you're talking about here. It's meeting the prospects where they are. It's humanizing the brand. And I think those 3 areas are where most marketers get it wrong. They're talking of internal language instead of external language. They're dictating instead of truly understanding what the prospect needs and where they are. And then the brands are so stale and outdated and not at a level that is typically commensurate with the product quality.
Yeah, we do a lot of customer interviews, and I value that so
Yeah,
much because I just ask them about their day.
right.
What are you dealing with? What are the stressors? Um, for example, we had a customer who it was a one person shop, and they were just purchased by private equity,
Mhm.
and now she was required to present to a board. She's
Wow.
like, I don't even know how to do this.
Yeah,
And you're not going to get this information from, like a Google search,
right.
or like use ChatGPT to develop,
No,
that doesn't happen from there,
no,
right?
it doesn't.
Um, and it was those type of conversations that were like, okay, this is something that you have to deal with. Probably a lot of your peers are dealing with that as well. Do we have something that can help support you and make you feel heard? Right?
Right.
Like this is truly relevant for me. And then how do we disseminate that when in all the like awareness channels that we're at?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that's great. And earning trust is the second part of the flywheel here. When it comes to earning trust, where do you feel most marketers are falling short?
Actual proof points.
Yeah,
The outcomes tied to proof points.
right.
There's a lot of very broad stroke kind of proof points. But you say that you deliver great customer service. Well, show me how you do that.
Right.
Right? Either show me here's the framework, but then on top of it, does that compare to, let's say, the competitor? Do you see X amount of lift in comparison to what's happening in the industry? Is there, like what are your scores, satisfaction scores? And having all of that available during that stage, so people when they're reviewing it, they're reviewing actual details, right? And it's not an after the fact.
Yeah.
I hope this works out.
I think that's fantastic. You know what's really interested, we refer to that as proof of performance in a lot of different areas. There are also a lot of competitors that are not truthful. about the numbers that they're releasing in market. We, of course, don't allow our clientele to not be truthful, but we were recently conducting a voice of customer interview on behalf of a client. And of course, we were inquiring about, we had a bunch of questions about some of the competition. And in one situation, the competition was promoting a percentage that was way below the norm regarding product delivery. And so we were able to, with the voice of customer interview, take a look at what they were promoting, what that former customer had reported was actual, and know that the brand, that there was no truth to what they were promoting. And it gives you a unique insight that I think is very, very valuable when it comes to equipping the sales team, the biz dev team, the strategic account managers, whatever it might be, with information that can combat that without using the competitor name, without using a number so that they would connect the dots. But the value there is unsurmountable when it comes to the sort of things that we're really looking for in building trust.
Yeah, the way that we ended up addressing this here at Logically is with our Logic On conference.
Yeah.
So I believe we're the only MSP that has an end user conference. Typically, there's several events where they pull in experts from technology companies, but our entire brand is about the people behind these services and the level of expertise that we internally have. So by having an event where we have each of these experts on stage teaching frameworks, and even beyond that, developing worksheets that help our customers as well as our buyers go through the decision making process. This is a different layer. It's not about him telling you about this industry trend, you should go fix it and buy our tech in order to do that. Instead, it's, hey, we understand the challenges you're dealing with. We know how you have to process this. We are going to help you go along that journey with you to get you to the response that you need for your environment, because that is the level of expertise we are providing. And that was the impact, right?
And you just explained the third part of your flywheel really well, which is fueling evangelism. It's such a great approach when it comes to that.